Radio for the boss mind.
Good morning, and of course, welcome to Morning Discourse on Boss Radio 98.9 FM Owerri. My name is Eustace Okeri, and my sincere apologies for starting a little bit behind schedule. Remember, sometimes you may want to beat the technicalities, but most other times they do not work. But we thank God we are here now, and of course, we can also do justice to what I have for you this beautiful Monday morning. And of course, remember, you can be part of the discourse from any part of the world via our YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter channels, all at Boss Radio 98.9 FM Owerri. Just type Boss Radio 98.9 FM Owerri, and you'll be part of the discourse this morning from any part of the world. So distance is no longer a barrier. Our WhatsApp number has not changed, also 0806 999 2999. I'll repeat, 0806 999 2999. And when the time is right, I'll reel out the phone lines for you to call in and ventilate on the topic this beautiful Monday morning. And it's no other topic than something of national importance. Yes, let's drift away from emo politics. You understand the election is around the corner, but it's also important we look at certain things that are happening at the national level. You may or you may not also know the latest Cbn'S policy on lifting of ban and the effects on the economy. That's exactly what we'll be talking about this morning. Cbn'S policy on lifting of ban. I'm talking about bans on importation of certain goods, as was done by the previous administration of former President Muhammadu Buhari. And right now, the incumbent CBN boss has actually deemed it fit to lift those bans to enable importation of those goods, and of course to improve the economy and diversify forex. And that's what we'll be looking at this morning. And remember, when the time is right, I'll reel out the phone lines and you would get to ventilate on the topic this morning. But before then, I would have to acquaint you with the whole scenario, especially from the position of the International Monetary Fund, the IMF. Okay, so let's start this way. We are looking at a lot of people, or let's say economists and analysts have posited that the naira is under pressure, and this IMF is asking that Nigeria may seek loan to strengthen the naira, and to them that's the only way the economy will be revived or revamped, as the case may be. And of course is in line with what some of the economists have tried to analyze the situation said. And this morning, if you're an economist, analyst, you may also need to stay very close to your radio set so that you can ventilate and, of course, put certain positions right. Okay, the International Monetary Fund has said the naira is currently under pressure, and Nigeria is free to seek loan from the fund to stabilize the currency if it considers it a good option. I wouldn't know if it's appropriate to go into loans at this point. Don't forget, we still have backlog of loans to service. All right. This IMF also expressed support for Olayemi Cardoso's led Central Bank of Nigeria's last week decision to halt the 8-year foreign exchange ban on cement, rice, poultry products, and 40 other items. The past administration of the CBN had imposed the forex ban in 2015. Don't forget that. The ban on forex so as to improve local economy. That was done about 8 years ago, and here IMF is applauding the decision of Mr. Cardoso, Mr. Cardoso over the lifting of this ban, and that's exactly what we are looking at this morning. Let me go further in that report to give you all the scenarios. So okay, this was actually made known at the World Bank Group / International Monetary Fund meeting that took place in Morocco. Okay, the IMF said inflation in Nigeria was still high at 26% in August, while the naira continued to be under pressure. The local currency, which fell from about 450 per dollar to an average of 760 naira per dollar following the exchange reforms of the President Bola Tinubu, has continued to drop at the parallel market. The local currency plunged to 1,045 naira per dollar on Thursday. In case you do not know that, I think that's a piece of news for you. All right, let's continue. While reiterating the need to tighten monetary policy by raising the monetary policy rates and mopping up excess naira liquidity, the bank said forex, or rather foreign exchange market confidence, could benefit from clarity on Central Bank of Nigeria dollar obligations. All right, a JP Morgan report put the Central Bank of Nigeria forward contract obligations at $6.8 billion, but stakeholders said the amount could be more. Okay, let's look at the response made available to newsmen on whether the fund is open to giving Nigeria a dollar loan to support the naira. And of course, the fund said Nigeria is facing high inflation of 26% year on year in August and pressure on the naira. In June, the authorities unified the different official exchange rate windows. This was a welcome step as will help to strengthen the functioning of the foreign exchange market. We also welcome the Cbn'S recent decision to lift the ban on the 43 items previously restricted from accessing foreign exchange from the official windows. This is a positive step in the direction of a shift to a market-determined exchange rate regime. That was a response of the IMF to newsmen. All right, so, and we'll be asking you if this is in order or not, if this will boost the economy or not. It said, but remember, I said here, the IMF applauded the decision of the CBN to lift the ban on forex and, of course, to allow the importation of the over 43 items previously banned by the Muhammadu Buhari's administration. Remember, that also had a positive impact on the economy. But stepping on now, the current CBN boss, Mr. Cardoso, has actually lifted the ban. And, of course, the IMF is applauding that so that importers can actually access forex and be able to import these products into Nigeria. And we'll be asking, do you think this move will affect our economy positively or negatively? And whatever position you're taking, what's your argument? I mean, what's your kind of support or your argument against your whatever position you'll be taking? All right, let's continue to take the reaction of the fund to newsmen. He said it further stated that the authorities should urgently tighten monetary policy and take measures to ensure market maintain full confidence in the Central Bank of Nigeria. So tightening monetary policy will have to include raising the monetary policy rate and mopping up excess naira liquidity. Market confidence will benefit from more clarity on Central Bank of Nigeria dollar obligations. He went on to say on the possibility of a currency support loan, it says, at every member country of the IMF, Nigeria can seek IMF financing if they see this as helpful to address external imbalances. The Nigerian authorities have not approached the IMF with a request for financing, the fund concluded. All right. Meanwhile, the IMF has said it is confident the new CBN governor, Cardoso, and the new Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, have the capacity to take right decisions to boost the fortunes of the economy. And so far, these officers have actually taken some policies and steps. And I'll be asking if these steps are in the right direction or if they would further, kind of worsen our economy. I'm talking about the CBN governor, Mr. Cardoso, and of course the Minister of Finance and the Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun. So do you think their decisions so far will strengthen our economy or deteriorate the economy further? That's exactly the question I have for you on that regard. And once I open up the phone lines, I expect reactions from your end. All right? And of course, Mr. Edun, you know him, that's the Coordinating Minister of the Economy, had during the World Bank IMF meeting listed a number of fiscal initiatives aimed at collecting more tax revenue and reducing waivers to boost economic growth. Okay. Also, Mr. Cardoso, the CBN boss, had listed plans to stabilize the market and navigate the country through the current turbulent economic challenges. The CBN governor said the new leadership team would review foreign exchange market policies, the central bank corporate governance practices, and monetary policies to reposition the Apex Bank to achieve its core mandates. So already, he said the new team members who resumed fully at the bank a few weeks ago following their confirmation by the National Assembly was currently carrying out a comprehensive assessment of the challenges facing the central bank. And of course, I do believe that once that is done, they would, get to work as quickly as possible. All right. According to him, the ongoing assessment of the bank will lead to weakening or jettisoning of some policies as part of a wide-ranging program to reform the bank as a catalyst for economic growth and development. In a document titled Preliminary Assessment of Challenges Facing the Central Bank of Nigeria, Cardoso outlined the challenges facing the CBN and introduced high-level proposals aimed at addressing reformation challenges. He also examined the role of a refocused central bank in supporting the economic agenda of President Bola Tinubu. All right, so these are some of the things. Maybe as we go along, I'll be bringing you a couple of more info there. But the point is, these policies, these steps taken by the Apex Bank, do you think they are in the right direction? Do you think these steps would further boost the economy, or would they bring about more devastations on the economy? Like, do you think it will worsen the economy? Because already the economy is in comatose situation, and as been pointed by the IMF, the Naira is under pressure. As last week, Naira exchanged for about 1,045 Naira per dollar, and you know what that means. So, do you think these policies would further weaken or rather strengthen the currency and, of course, boost the economy? That's the question I have for you this beautiful morning. And in case you're just joining us, remember, it's Morning Discourse right here on Boss Radio 98.9 FM Owerri. And in case you are very much interested in the economy, then you may have to draw your seat and, of course, stay glued to this dial so that you get the proper information from some of my informed listeners who will be doing justice to the topic this morning. Our social media handles are open, and you can link up with us live on Facebook, on Twitter, as well as YouTube, all at Boss Radio 98.9 FM Owerri. The WhatsApp number is 0806 999 2999. I'll take that again, 0806 999 2999. That's for your WhatsApp messages. And for your call, the numbers are 090-922-29922 or 091-226-77989. I'll take that again. 090-922-29922 or 091-226-77989. And of course, those are the numbers for you to get through to us and be part of the discourse this morning. You have opportunity to do that, and of course, the opportunity is here. How do you think these policies would go? Would it be in favor or against the economy? The economy already is in comatose situation. Do you think the steps taken by the CBN would revive the economy or worsen the situation? That's the question we're asking this beautiful morning. And in case you've forgotten, I'm talking about the over 43 items whose ban have been lifted by the Apex Bank. And of course, it means that importers can now go ahead to import such products, which include, but not limited to, rice, cement, and other dietary products. All right, so what do you think about them? And the numbers still remain 090-922-29922 or 091-226-77989. Good morning. Oh, sorry, I think we lost that. To stage a comeback if you can, and it's important you get through to us and be part of the discourse this morning, because it's really going to be quite educative and informative. So you have every reason to stay glued to this dial so that you can get every detail of discussion we are going to have here this beautiful morning. And I started that with giving you the background, the scenario, what actually happened. The former administration of former President Muhammadu Buhari actually placed ban on certain products, about 43 of them. I mean that we are no longer to be imported into the country, and of course that was done with a view to boost local economy and of course to improve and strengthen the currency. But that did not happen, as the exchange rate continued to get worse by the day until it was left at over 400 naira in the last administration of President Muhammadu Buhari. But now, coming into power, the decision of the current administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu actually worsened, of course, skyrocketed the exchange rate, which, of course, further worsened the economy. And now the current CBN governor, Mr. Cardoso, has lifted such bans and, of course, believing that they are going to revive the economy. They are going to help the economy to grow and, of course, reduce the pressure on the naira, and that would boost the economy. That's what the CBN governor believes, and of course the IMF actually have applauded that, saying that naira is actually under pressure and Nigeria may seek dollar loan in order to revive the naira. But they did not. They did also applaud the decision of Mr. Cardoso, saying that it's a step in the right direction, and we are asking what you make of that. 090-922-29922 or 091-226-77989 are the numbers to call, and I'll repeat, 090-922-29922 or 091-226-77989. What do you think about this new CBN policy of lifting bans on these 43 items? Do you think they are steps, or rather, do you think it's a step in the right direction or not? What's your take on that? Let's get talking. Yes, already I'm having some calls already. Maybe I think network hitches and not allowing them to get through to us, but keep trying while we also work hard to see how we'll overcome the network challenge here. So keep on trying. 090-922-29922 or 091-226-77989. I'll repeat, 090-922-29922 or 091-226-77989. are the numbers to call to be part of the discourse this beautiful Monday morning. Right, still morning discourse right here on Boss Radio 98.9 FM. Owerri. Good morning to you. Oh, sorry, I think we lost that. Keep the call coming in, and of course, you would definitely get through to us. We pray that we are able to overcome the network challenge. Yes, for our discourse this morning. All right, and remember, we are looking at Cbn'S policy on lifting of the ban and the effects or the effect on the economy. That's what we are looking at, and that's in line with the position of the IMF saying that Nigeria may seek dollar loan in order to boost the economy and, of course, reduce the pressure on the currency. And we are asking, is that right? Do you think it will help or mar the economy the more? So what's your take on the discussion this morning? 09092229922 or 09122677989. Good morning.
Good morning. This is Owerri Vincent calling from Ojukwu Republic in Ubelomaka.
All right, go ahead.
Honestly speaking, anybody telling Nigeria to borrow money from anywhere is deceiving Nigeria that has already been deceived into debts that are crushing to the economy. What they should advise Nigeria is to increase production. Do they not study economics, or do they want to lead Nigeria into more deeper part of hellfire by saying they should go and borrow? Do they not know Nigeria uses over 90% of its income to service borrowed money? What type of economy? Do they ever study economics? Even secondary, no wonder. Let them go to secondary school and study economics now, if they haven't. Now listen, increase production. To start with, the greatest problem of Nigeria now is fuel. Stop saying that production of, they're importing fuel every day, billions of naira importing fuel. When our boys, I say my own boys in Bayelsa State are producing fuel, clean and neat, and the people are going there to burn them, IMF is not telling them to stop burning. I was coming from Bayelsa last week. I saw them burning trailers and tankers, pushing things into the atmosphere they say they want to protect. About 3 or 4 or 5 tankers being burnt at the same time. Do you know what it means? Go and see smoke. It is reaching the throne of God in heaven. And they say they don't want illegal refinery. Legalize the illegal refinery, because the China you see today, they started producing things that look like crude. Why didn't the government stop all of them? There would have been no, if I remember when I was a child, these are spoon. One mago measure, I see Igbo made spoon. Yes, I remember. Igbo made knife. Igbo made cutlass. Why not allow these things and let them to grow to perfection? Stop burning the refineries, even encourage those boys. I said, these are little boys that are doing I can even do refinery within 2 weeks. But Nigeria will not allow me. They say it's illegal. The Dangote they used to defraud us has not produced 1 cup of fuel till now. And most of the fuel they are using, kerosene, is this illegal refinery. Legalize the illegalized refinery. Let Nigeria economy improve. Otherwise, a dollar will soon be 2,000 to naira. If you continue to depend on borrowing, let me not talk long, because the evil we are going through can make us to talk to eternity. But nobody is listening. But you are listening.
All right, thank you.
Calling for Ojukwu Republic.
All right, thank you very much, Durobo Vincent, for your contribution. Good morning.
My beloved brother, good morning and happy new week.
Good morning to you.
This is Brennan that call from the Dimo. The
All right, go ahead,
that happened to Nigeria is to return APC in power. The CBN
Hello? Oh, sorry, I guess network is actually playing a fast one. Do so. I think I do well to call back if you can. See how you can do that, Bron Namdi. It would be very, it would be very nice to have you back, and that's if you actually can, with your informative and will I say articulate discussion. All right, still Morning Discourse on Boss Radio 98.9 FM, and we are looking at the Cbn policy of lifting of ban on the 43 items and what effect it has on the economy, especially now that the IMF is actually supporting that move and also asking that Nigeria may seek dollar loan in order to revamp the economy and reduce the pressure on the naira. Good morning to you. Hello, good morning. Oh, sorry, we lost that. Good morning.
Yeah, my beloved brother, Bron Namdi.
All right, good to have you back.
Yeah, the one thing that happened to us is to return APC in power. When you talk about policy, okay, one of the paper I read, it said they want to stop giving people money to dollars, hard currency to buy foreign goods, and over 43 being stopped. And you be asked, a country that will produce has three things to have. One, it will not be passing through insecurity. It must make sure it has steady electricity. It must have a good road. Can we boast about this three things? That was what happened to Buhari administration, where people said we stop foreign rice. He started giving show with some governor, rice parliament. They carry rice. So it looked like one-story building going to heaven. At the end, brother, how much was rice before Buhari dropped? Both the one we produce here and the foreign one. How much? People deceiving people. Which policy are you bringing? We are insecurity, no light, no good roads. No leader want to find out what he can implement. Look at the state where we are in. Agriculture is down, industry is down, other farm is down. And the leader, instead of looking how to revive those things, he said, I'm sending you abroad to give you work. How do you see it? Is it in line with this policy of central bank? Because the people that we have central bank to achieve it is the state governors, true or false. So if the state governors who control the revenue of the state is thinking another direction, and CBN want the country to produce, how does it work? I don't know. So when you look at it, you will end up with the policy of Buhari, who block all the border for us to make use of the things we produce. And at the end of the day, Nigerians cannot afford things they produce on their own. How that policy now work? I don't know. I'm confused how to achieve it. But I know that the problem of this country is cost of governance and insecurity. So for us to get where we are going, we must be able to find out how does our leaders think. Will they think in line with CBN direction? How can we survive the country? Because ordinary cassava here, our mothers cannot go to the farm to access it. I don't know. Today, onions is nowhere to be found. So in my conclusion, my brother, this policy will add us more pain, just as we pass through in Buhari administration, where we all border we are locked. At the end, we could not afford the rice we produce here. If the CBN implement this one, and then with the idea and thinking I see today with state governors, I don't know where it's going to yield the fruit. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Bron Namdi. Well, I think that's actually your position. I understand the former administration of former President Muhammadu Buhari actually placed ban on these items and, of course, on Forex in order to boost local economy. And I do believe, in as much as I know that the economy wasn't, there was also some level of growth in the aspect of the economy and local production, at least, most of the things that we hitherto imported, we were able to start their production right here in Nigeria. And you know exactly some of the items I'm talking about. So now, with this policy of the CBN lifting the ban, which I believe may have some positive effects on the economy too, because by the time these items are being imported, they would then begin to compete with the locally produced ones, which may give some credence to local economy, and some boosts again, and also reduce the pressure on the naira. I wouldn't know. I'm just saying, because I know that we have economists out there who would give us a better analysis. All right, the numbers are 09092229922 or 09122677989, and I'll repeat 09092229922 or 09122677989. It's still morning discourse right here on Boss Radio 98.9 FM Owerri, and you too can be part of the discourse this morning. Yes, you can actually be part of it by joining us, either by calling in via the phone lines, which I've just reeled out, or dropping your comments and ventilations via our social media handles on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube, or even the WhatsApp number, which is 0806 9992999, 0806 9992999. That's for your WhatsApp messages. For the Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, you can get us at Boss Radio 98.9 FM Owerri. Yes, just type Boss Radio 98.9 FM Owerri, and you will be part of the discourse this morning. The CBN last week actually lifted ban on over 43 items hitherto banned by the previous administration, and of course that move was actually applauded by the IMF, saying that the decision to halt the 8-year foreign exchange ban on cement, rice, poultry products, and other 40 items actually is a right step in the right direction. That's actually what the IMF stated, and of course it went further to say that Nigeria is free to seek dollar loan in order to boost or reduce the pressure on the naira, which has continued to be under pressure. All right, and of course it said the analysis is that the local economy fell from about 450 naira per dollar to an average of 760 naira per dollar following the exchange reforms of the President Bola Tinubu, and of course has continued to drop. And as of Thursday last week, it got to about 1045 naira per dollar. That's actually on Thursday, and that's why there is need to tighten the monetary policy by raising the monetary policy rate, and of course mopping up excess naira liquidity. And of course the bank said foreign exchange market confidence could benefit from more clarity on Central Bank of Nigeria dollar obligations, and that was what necessitated the advice by the IMF that Nigeria can seek dollar loan in order to boost the economy and reduce the pressure on the naira. And we are asking what you make of that. What actually do you make of that? 09092229922 or 09122677989 are the numbers to call. Remember, we may not have enough time. We're not going to stretch our time today, so do well to be part of the discourse so that you won't feel left behind. Yes, just do what you can to be part of the discourse while it lasts, so that we can do justice to this very topic. Yes, and in case you prefer to write, that's a lot better. 0806 9992999. That's for your WhatsApp messages. 0806 9992999. Yes, the message must actually be in line with the discussion we are having this morning. If there is derailment, I may not take the message, just like the couple of messages I've seen so far, which I may not take, because it has to be in line with what we are talking about, and it's really a serious business here. It pertains to the economy. It pertains to what would benefit the generality of Nigerians. Good morning. Oh, sorry. I think we lost that caller. Do well to stage a comeback there, if actually you can. 090-922-29922 or 091-226-77989. That's actually the number to call to be part of the discourse this morning, right here on Boss Radio 98.9 FM. Okay, so like I was saying, all right, so I was taking that scenario, and I was trying to intimate you on what the new CBN governor had to say or do. I'll say, he said the leadership team will review the foreign exchange market policies, the central bank corporate governance practice, and the monetary policies to reposition the Apex Bank to achieve its core mandates. He said also the new team members who resumed fully at the bank a few weeks ago, following their confirmation by the National Assembly, was currently carrying out a comprehensive assessment of challenges facing the central bank. All right. According to him, the ongoing assessment of the bank will lead to weakening or jettisoning of some policies as part of a wide-ranging program to reform the bank as a catalyst for economic growth and development. That's the position of the CBN. I want further to say that preliminary assessment of challenges facing the Central Bank of Nigeria, that's actually the title of the document. The preliminary assessment of challenges facing the Central Bank of Nigeria, which Mr. Cardoso said is aimed at addressing and, of course, reforming the Apex Bank. He also examined the role of a refocused central bank in supporting the economic agenda of the incumbent President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. All right, Mr. Cardoso also harped on what should be put in place to revert to evidence-based monetary policies, including the discontinuation of unorthodox monetary policies and foreign currency management, unorthodox use of ways and means spending, and development of control limits in the use of ways and means in financing public sector deficit. And the backlog of forex demand, Cardoso emphasized the need for creative financing options for clearing the short to medium term backlog. All right, that's actually insight into what is happening in the economy. All right, so the new central bank governor also plans to place a limit on the CBN's fiscal side interventions, while also proposing responses to addressing inflation and price stability issues. Mr. Cardoso said these problem statements need in-depth review by the new central bank leadership team to determine what mechanisms are currently working, what can be tweaked or dispensed with, and what new tools need to be introduced. Okay? On how the CBN can be refocused to support economic growth, he said, the economic policy proposals of the administration identify a set of fiscal reforms and growth targets that will achieve $1 trillion GDP within 8 years. Wow. I think that actually will be very wonderful if achieved. Okay. In reviewing selected BRICS and, of course, mint countries with large population and similar developmental characteristics as Nigeria, it is interesting to identify macroeconomic indices that point to Nigeria's economic trajectory, given the faithful implementation of the proposed economic reforms. in economies bigger than $1 trillion. So these indicators include moderate inflation, sizable foreign reserves, and the capacity to quickly rebound from a cyclical economic downturn. So that's the position of the CBN boss, and of course it's targeted at revamping and boosting the economy while reducing the pressure on the naira. And we're asking, what's your take? Good morning. Hello, good morning. Oh, sorry. I think we lost that. 090-9222-9922 or 091-226-779-89 are the numbers to call to be part of the program. Good morning to you.
Senior Comrade Linus Duru, Umezala Owerri, a member no Imo State, Nigeria. My brother, good morning this morning.
A beautiful morning to you.
Yes, you have really analyzed everything. The preamble is okay. Now, look at my take. CBN should not chamfer or try to make people's ambition difficult by obtaining loans from them. The condition they should put before they help anybody to get loan to help the economy grow should not be a bottleneck one. Otherwise, all their economic efforts will be chamfered to the rich, the already rich. And the already rich, as you can understand with me in Nigeria today, don't have much economic knowledge. They only employ people whom they try to get their knowledge and then improve their production. But let me give an example. I don't want to mention names. But there's one person who has his own refinery opened sometime in Lagos. Don't want to mention names. You know whom I'm talking about. So now, I heard and I read that there was sometime he borrowed money from CBN. He did not borrow money from ordinary banks, commercial banks. He borrowed money directly from CBN, and they were able to give him money because people who were backing him were the big political giants, the one we call the political technocrats. So they are now holding Nigeria economy, and because few people are holding this economy, that's why it cannot be released to everybody, and that's why we are suffering. Otherwise, can he not give us power supply instead of building refinery? If there was power supply, Dunlop cannot go. Only GB Olivant cannot go. Your host cannot go. All these people will stay with us because they were there in Cameroon, and they are still operating there. If you go to Guinea, you see them operating because of power supply. So my point now is, let them open their hand and stop making business difficult for ordinary people who have the knowledge to do something productive in the expansion of our economy. That's my point. Thank you. If you have any question for me, you can ask me.
All right, thank you very much, Oloihime, for your contribution. I think that was quite straight. And if I do have question, I wouldn't hesitate to ask you. I believe in that you are still glued to the dial. And in case you're just joining us, remember it's Morning Discourse. And here we try to make it as liberal as possible so that everybody can actually be part of the discourse, especially if you have in-depth knowledge of what we are talking about. And this has to do with the economy, the lifting of ban by the CBN on those 43 items and the effects it would likely have on the economy. Good morning to you. Oh, sorry, we lost that. Do well to come back if you actually can. 09092229922 or 09122677989 are the numbers, and I repeat 09092229922 or 09122677989 are the numbers to call. Good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning. My name is Tiffany.
Stephen or Stephanie?
Cuckoo.
All right, Stephanie, go ahead. Oh, sorry, I think Stephanie, you actually maybe I wouldn't know if you're not concentrating, or maybe I wouldn't know the area you're calling from and for what purpose. But if you really understand what we are looking at this morning, then you may wish to come back. Yes, just dial the numbers once again, and you could get through to us 090922299922 or 091226779989. The 43 items which we are hitherto banned by the previous administration of former President Muhammadu Buhari having been lifted by the current CBN governor, Mr. Cardoso, and we're asking what you make of that. Do you think the lift would be in the interest of the economy, or would it further, set the economy backwards? Considering the fact that we are having a very critical situation economically, where a dollar is now exchanging for about 1,045 naira, 1,045 naira per dollar. That's enough pressure on the naira, and of course it has worsened the economy right here in Nigeria. Cost of things in the market and all that. So the lift of this ban, do you think it would bring some kind of respite so that Nigerians can heave some sigh of relief, or do you think it will further worsen the economy? What's your take, and what steps should be taken? And in line with the position of IMF asking that Nigeria can actually go for dollar loan in order to reduce the pressure on the naira. And I'm asking if that's a right step in the right direction. 090922299922 or 091226779989 are still the numbers to call to be part of the discourse. And of course, you can also be with us on via the social media handles. Yes, we are live on Facebook at Boss Radio 98.9 FM, and you too can join us live and be part of the discourse this morning, which of course we are trying to look into that. And I know also that maybe not very many of us are aware of this Cbn'S policy and the effects it may likely have on the economy. Some people say that it's going to be a boost, and others are of the position that it would worsen the economy the more. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, my name is Ikechu. I'm calling from World Bank.
All right, Ikechu, go on.
What I'm saying is the CPN has been trial and error.
Oh, sorry. Ikechu, if I heard it correctly, the CBN is doing trial and error. Well, I wouldn't know exactly what you mean by that unless you are able to come back to clarify on that. And do well. I understand network is posing some challenges, but just do well, and you could get back to us. Yes, you can actually do that. 090922299922 or 091226779989 are still the numbers. And if you try harder, you are going to beat the network. I want to know exactly what you mean by CBN doing trial and error. Remember, we have seasoned economists, we have seasoned policy experts. Once it has to do with fiscal policies. I mean, people who are so professional, so wonderful, who have think tanks, if you ask me, in that sector, who are taking these critical decisions. And we also have a lot of Nigerians, they consult before they come up with some of these policies. Good morning to you.
Hello?
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, I call back.
All right, Ikechi, we'll go on now.
Okay, what I'm saying is that CBN, I'm not sure all these policies that are bringing out, I'm not sure it has been practicalized because they are just doing trial and error, like I said before. Like the former Cbn governor, just before he left, he was dashing people 5 naira. They should be bringing money, and they would dash them 5 naira. That is last for like 3 years, and there is no impact on that 3 naira. And rather, it keeps on making the naira to go up. People were the pressure was much, but people were just pumping in dollars, and the fiscal dollar is not here to give them. So the thing was now making the dollar to be scarce, and they will keep increasing the price of dollar in the black market. So these people go to the black market to change it. So what I'm saying now is that the only thing is let them think and do the China currency, and so that we can swap it with naira. I think that one will help more than this their trial and error they are doing, because all these 43 items removed, they are all in. They can buy it from China. So why don't we pay directly to China than changing dollar and using to go and buy it also in China? Doesn't make sense. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Ikechukwu. Changing to naira or dollar, I don't know. Is that really the problem? Changing it to borrowing. I wouldn't know if you're talking about, because we are talking about loan here. That's what IMF advised. That Nigeria can actually seek dollar loan in order to boost its economy. And you're talking about the China currency, borrowing from China or exchanging to China currency. I wouldn't know how that will boost our economy. Good morning to you.
Just like the last caller did, calling back, I will call back, but I will be very brief.
All right.
Dorobo Owerri Vincent, calling from Ojukwu Republic in Belomaka. I always hear you say we have experts. That is self-deception. Who are you calling experts? Are you not hearing of forgery of any Nigerian that brings certificate now? Go and confirm from the university. So the people are calling experts. Where we are there, when Nigeria got to this mess, did you hear that over 90% of our, maybe you are joking with that statement, our income is used to service debts. Did you hear that? Where were your experts when this thing came to this stage? There is no expert in Nigeria for now. Let them start production, local refinery of fuel first, before you talk of any other thing. Dorobo is calling from Ojukwu Republic in Omaka. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Dorobo Vincent. Also know that you are an expert. Yes, you too are an expert, because you could give expert advice and directives. That makes you one, and just like you, we have many other people who probably are seasoned in this regard. Maybe the reason could be that you don't get to hear from them, and so many of them, just like you, are also speaking up, trying to ensure that things get better. It's unfortunate that maybe the people that seem to be at the limelight are those that may not have the advantage those other persons have, and they have not been able to utilize their good brains in order to achieve a positive turnaround for the country. But we do hope that right now that people, Nigerians in general, are beginning to be more conscious and politically, economically, and socially aware. There is, of course, going to be a positive turnaround. Remember, most of the things that actually are happening now have always been there, and nobody cared to talk about them. Nobody cared to bring them to limelight. But right now, they are being unearthed, they are being talked about, they are being discussed, and people are researching, people are finding out. So it's all, I think, for me, all these boil down to the fact that Nigerians have actually woken up, or are waking up. And that means if we continue to do things this way, between now and the next 10 years, it's going to be a different story altogether. Yes, because we have started doing something, and we'll definitely continue to do something, and things will begin to fall in place. Unlike when people actually accepted the status quo and resigned to fate. Right now, majority of Nigerians are in the know of whatever that is going on. They are concerned. They are speaking, just like you, Mr. Durubo Vincent. And of course, their voices will never be silent until the right thing is done. And that's exactly our concern. And just like I did tell you that you're one of the experts, we also have other people, men and women like you, in critical sectors or areas of the economy. And they are also speaking, maybe in their tiny voices. And with time, such voices will be heard. And this particular decision, remember, the decision to ban some of these items and, of course, to place this ban on the forex was done by the previous administration in good faith, yes, because I remember when that was conceived, majority of Nigerians also applauded it, feeling that it would help to revamp local economy, to revive our economy, and so that Nigeria can shift from consuming to producing country. And good a thing, we've been able to go back to agriculture, yes, because I know that we now have locally produced rice that could compete with anyone or any type of rice from any part of the world. So that's a boost. And with this lifting of ban by the CBN, I wouldn't know, maybe you do, it might also have some kind of positive effects too, especially when the importation starts and it begins to compete. People may now have option of either going for the locally produced ones or the imported ones, and of course, which are almost at the same standard. These are ways we can. Rome was never built in a day, and we don't expect to get there in one day. It's a strategic, and of course calculated steps, and we'll be able to get to the destination. We don't expect to close our eyes and open it and then we are in El Dorado. It doesn't happen. No developed country actually worked that way. There are sacrifices, there are steps to be taken, and of course you keep talking, you keep doing, you keep matching words with actions, and hopefully we'll be able to get there. Just like we are talking about the economy now, with your informed advice and criticisms, as well as directives, people will begin to adjust. People will begin to understand how these things work, and by the grace of God, everything will fall in track. All right, remember, it's the Morning Discourse, and the program will continue after the break. Please don't go anywhere.
Where there's a boss, there is a law. We've created the law for other stations to abide. The new Boss Radio, 98.9 FM. Radio for the boss mind. Where there's a boss, there is a law. We've created the law for other stations to abide. The new Boss Radio, 98.9 FM. Radio for the boss mind.
Akwụkwọ nsọ kwuru na nwoke ga-ahapụ nne ya, hapụ nna ya, gbakwuru nwunye ya na ya bụrụ ofu. Ha ga-abụ ofu awụ na imegbu ya na ịkụ nwaanyị ihe, mana ọ wụ iji ịhụ ya n'anya ejikwa n'anya anya. Ịkụ nwaanyị ihe na imegbu nwaanyị, anyị ekwesịghị ịkwado ya n'ezinụlọ anyị. Gịnị na-eme n'ala Igbo ugbu a? Elee ihe kpatara ndị nwaanyị anyị na ụmụnne anyị ji anwụ n'ihi mmegbu na ịkụ ha ihe n'ezinụlọ anyị? Elee otu ọ ga-adị gị ma nwa ị mụtara n'afọ ma nwanne gị nwaanyị a na-emegbu ya na-akụ ya ihe otu isi akụ nwunye gị ihe? Biko, ihe ahụ ga-eme gị akụ nwunye gị ihe lepụrụ ya anya, agbanyeghị otu o ji kpasuo gị iwe. Imegbu nwaanyị na ịkụ nwaanyị ihe ọ karịra n'ala anyị. Anaghị ihe a emeela ọtụtụ ụmụ nwaanyị anyị na ụmụnne anyị ndị nwaanyị anwụọla n'ihi ihe. Ndị nwoke ibe m, biko n'ishiri ike awụ n'ahụ nwunye gị ma n'ahụ ụmụ gị, anyị kwesịrị inyere ha aka, hụ ha n'anya, lezikwana ha anya. Unu akụwala nwaanyị ndụ ihe, unu egbegbula ha. Ka anyị kwụsị imegbu na ịkụ nwaanyị ihe n'ezinụlọ anyị. Aha m bụ Evangelist Mike, biko udo dịrị unu.
You may not have been born into a royal family, but now you can enjoy the kind of sound sleep that royals enjoy by joining the Royal Foam family. Manufactured through excellent processes using world-class foam technology, Royal Foam mattresses are designed to give your body sound rest for optimum performance. From luxury to value mattresses, our wide range of mattresses are of premium quality. So, join the Royal Foam family and enjoy quality sleep like an Oba, Olori, Ovie, Obong, and Eze and a Lolo. Royal Foam. Get royal. Get comfort.
All right, wonderful people. You're welcome back to Morning Discourse right here on Boss Radio 98.9 FM. Don't forget, this morning we are looking at the Cbn'S policy on lifting of ban on 43 items hitherto banned by the previous administration and its effect on the economy. And we're asking what you make of that. That's exactly what we are looking at this morning. And I did bring you that report from the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, which said the Naira is currently under pressure and Nigeria is free to seek loan from the fund to stabilize the currency if it considers it a good option. There's that, of course, appendage. If Nigeria considers it a good option, then it can go ahead to seek the dollar loan in order to boost the economy. And it also expressed support for Mr. Cardoso's decision last week to halt the 8-year foreign exchange ban on cement, rice, poultry products, and 40 other items. And we're asking, what do you make of that? The lifting of the ban on these 43 items, and of course the position of the IMF. Do you think these are right steps in the right directions or not? And what's your reason? The numbers are 090-922-29922 or 091-226-77989. I repeat, 090-922-29922 or 091-226-77989. The WhatsApp number, of course, is 0806 999 2999. 0806 999 2999. Our other social media handles are still open: Facebook, Twitter, as well as WhatsApp, all at Boss Radio 98.9 FM Owerri. So you could get to ventilate and tell us what you make of this particular position of the IMF and, of course, the Apex Bank at lifting the forex ban and allowing importation of these 43 items. Would it worsen the economy or would it rather save the economy? That's what we're asking. And, of course, you let us know that if it's going to help or not, and what's your position on that. And remember also that this affects the life of the common man out there in the streets. Yes, because it will help to reform the economy, to help to stabilize, and of course reduce the pressure on the Naira. Let's know what your position is on this. And like I did say, the program today will not be so long, and in a short while we'll be calling it a wrap. So do well to be part of it while it is still on. Otherwise, the program might be ended anytime from now. So you can be part of the discourse right now. 09092229922 or 09122267789. So let's get talking on this very issue this morning. Okay, and maybe I need to get your report on those other items. The CBN actually lifted ban on, yes, just last week. The 43 items entirely that CBN actually lifted ban. on. So, and of course, the CBN boss, Mr. Kodoso, said that was actually done in good faith to help the Naira. So the Central Bank of Nigeria has finally lifted the foreign exchange restrictions it placed on importers of 43 items 8 years ago. That's what the media have to tell us. All right, in the statement signed by the Cbn'S Director of Corporate Communication, Dr. Issa Abdulmunin, he said the bank said this is a significant change to the foreign exchange market policy. According to the central bank, this action will boost liquidity in the Nigeria foreign exchange market and intervene from time to time, stating that interventions will decrease as liquidity improves. All right, so meaning that once the economy is resuscitated because it's in comatose situation, as it were, then some of these interventions would reduce. That's what the message is actually saying. All right, and in a circular in June 2015, the CBN published a list of imported goods and services that will not be eligible for foreign exchange in the Nigerian foreign currency market. The list, which of course was originally 41, was updated to include 2 more items. And of course, I want to give you the list of those items or commodities that we are actually restricted. And for the past 8 years, their importation into the country have been very much restricted. One of them is rice. The other is cement. We also have margarine. We have palm kernel. There is also palm oil products, vegetable oils, meat and processed meat products. We have vegetables and processed vegetable products. We have poultry and processed poultry products. We have tinned fish in sauce. I'm talking about things like geisha, the sardine, and the rest. All right, the 11th item that is called road steel sheets. We also have the galvanized steel sheets, the roofing sheets, wheelbarrows, headpans, metal buses, and containers. We also have the enamel ware. We have the steel drums. We have the steel pipes, wire rods, deformed and not deformed. We have the iron rods. We have reinforcing bars. We have wire mesh. We have steel nails. We also have security and razor fencing and poles, the wood particle boards and panels. We have the wood fiber boards and panels. We have the plywood boards and panels. We have the wooden doors, toothpicks. You remember, it was said then Nigeria was importing things as little as toothpicks. So it was one of the items contained in the 43 items that we are actually banned by the previous administration. Others are glass and glassware, kitchen utensils, tablewares. We have tiles, vitrified ceramic, and of course ceramic. We have gas cylinders. We have woven fabrics. We have clothes, plastic and rubber products. We have also the polypropylene granules. We have the cellophane wrappers and bags. We have soap and cosmetics. We have tomatoes, and of course the tomato paste. Then there was a Eurobond, that's the foreign currency bond or share purchases. All these were actually the things we are banned about 8 years ago, sometime in June 2015. And right now, the Apex Bank has deemed it fit to lift the bans on these items, saying that the importers can now access Forex to enable them import these products if they actually want to. And we're asking, do you think these would help the economy, or do you think it will further deteriorate the economy? That's exactly what we are looking at this morning, and that's why I had to go to the extent of reeling out some of these items for you, so that you'll be on the same page and know exactly what we are talking about. And in case you're just joining us, it's still Morning Discourse right here on Boss Radio 98.9 FM Owerri. My name is still Eustace Okere, and you too can be part of the discourse this morning. Yes, that's how we are doing it today. You are the discussants, and we are asking, what's your take on this? Do you think the lifting of this ban by the Apex Bank would help the economy, or will it worsen the situation? These items, the 43 of them, have actually been banned by the previous administration, and the ban actually has now been lifted by the current administration, and courtesy of the CBN boss, Mr. Kodoso. And the IMF is supporting this move, saying that it's a right step in the right direction, and also advised that Nigeria can access dollar loan in order to boost her local economy. And we're asking what you make of that. 09092229922 or 09122677989. 09092229922 or 09122677989 are the numbers to call, and a moment from now to be a wrap on Morning Discourse this Monday morning. Okay, so giving you the items that we are previously banned by the formal administration of Muhammadu Buhari, and we're asking, what's your take on them? Good morning. Hello, good morning. Oh, sorry. Our network is actually posing a challenge today, and I really wish there's something we can do about that. All right, let me look at this message, a couple of messages, but I will take this one coming from Ihakam Emmanuel. Yes, Ihakam Emmanuel, he said, good morning to you. Trust you are good. Yes, I am, and I believe you are too. So the lifting of ban on importation of 43 items into the country is a welcome development. At least with this, local and foreign products can now compete in both quantity and prices, which will, is it quantity or quality? All right, I think whichever, and prices, which will definitely force prices down and affect Nigerians positively. And of course, I do pray for that. Good morning. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning, Boss FM.
Good morning.
My name is Emeka. I'm calling from East London.
All right, Emeka, go ahead.
The listing of the ban on these 42 items is a very, very welcome development. It's going to create employment. It's going to enable the people, if the people ask for hunger.
Okay.
And then be able to challenge the local production too, because there's a competition. In fact, it should have been more, because it should have included the stationery. The cost of printing materials and everything is killing. Our children are no longer reading books. Publishers are no longer publishing as such. Authors are no longer writing because nobody reads their book because of cost of production. So it's a welcome development. These things were made in error. When Nigeria thought that they are going to specify a particular set of production from a particular section of the country. And now the local production is no longer matching with the local consumption, not to talk of export. So it's a dilemma. We are not feeding and we are not exporting. So it's a welcome development. I want them to expand it further to include all other essentials, especially in the education industry. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mecca, for your contribution. I think you completely align with the position of Ihakam Emmanuel, who said that the lifting of a ban on the importation of the 43 items, which I reeled out for you, into the country is a welcome development. Thank you, Emeka, for your wonderful take. We'll take a few more calls and then it will be a wrap. 09092229922 or 09122677989. Good morning. Oh, sorry. Network network keeps kind of frustrating our efforts, but what is same? God is on the throne and would be able to surmount the challenges. Keep trying. Keep trying. You definitely would get through to us. If you try and you do not succeed, you keep trying. 09092229922 or 09122677989 are still the numbers. Good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Sorry, my name is Ikechukwu. There's something I said before. It's like you didn't understand what I said.
All right, Ikechukwu,
what I'm saying is, it's not about we going to borrow.
All right.
But even if we borrow dollar, and the pressure on dollar will still make it, we still need to borrow more.
Okay.
We still need to solve the problem of dollar. People demanding for dollar. One thing is, like I said before about the dollar naira China swap.
All right.
That Buhari regime wanted to do. So if that thing can be done, and you still borrow the dollar, with that one, the pressure on dollar will not be much because people will still use that one to buy things from China instead of using dollar to buy things from China.
Thank you.
Because even if we borrow any amount of dollar we borrow, the pressure on dollar is much now.
All right, thank you.
And we still need to borrow more. And you can check our this thing now. To cushion the effect of borrowing. The amount we are using to service the loan we have borrowed already is much.
All right,
so
thank you.
That's what I'm saying. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Ikechukwu. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, good morning to you. Go ahead.
My name is Chinedu, calling from Port Harcourt.
All right, Chinedu, go on.
Okay.
All right, sorry about that. I wouldn't know if you were actually ready to give us something, but at the same, sorry we lost you. Do well to call back if you can. Chinedu 09092229922 or 09122677989 are still the numbers, and we are looking at the lifting of the ban on the over 43 items after 8 years by the CBN. Is a step a right one in the right direction or not? And what's the position? And thanks to some of the callers, Durobo Vincent brought Namdi. We also had Senior Comrade Linus Duro Luehime, who had Ikechukwu, who has called in, I think, also staged a comeback. Thank you, Emeka, Chinedu, and of course, my good friend, who sent us a very wonderful message. Ihakam Emmanuel, a couple of other messages, but I could not take some of them as a result of some contents therein, but I do appreciate these ones. All right, you too can be part of the discourse. Let us know what you think about the topic this morning. 09092229922 or 09122677989. 10 minutes. Yes. In less than 10 minutes from now, it will be a wrap. So, utilize the little time remaining to ventilate. And, of course, do that positively, because if it's not in line, then obviously I may not be able to take the message. It has to fall in track with what we are talking about this morning. Once there is derailment, definitely I would not be able to take that. Yes. 09092229922 or 09122677989. Let's take 2 or 3 more calls, and then it will be a wrap for today. And I want to let you know that this morning I was able to reel out the 43 items in case you did not follow. Maybe some persons may not have heard me correctly. They bothered more on the foodstuffs, on building materials, and other products, including products. And I heard Mr. Chinedu talking about books and other items. I mean, some of those things are also being produced locally now, and some of the items that we are hitherto banned, we are also in a bid to. I mean, some of them, if the importation starts or restarts now, will be able to address that, because they are in line with what materials that can be used to get that. And the items I mentioned include the rice, cement, margarine. We talked about palm kernel. Wow, and it sounds somehow that we are importing palm kernel and palm oil products. I wouldn't know, in a country here, one of our major, mineral deposits is palm oil, because we have a lot of palm trees in Nigeria, and I think if we still go ahead to import these, then it's a very big challenge. Then vegetable oils, we have meat and processed meat products, vegetable and processed vegetable products, poultry and processed poultry products, tinned fish in sauce, that's geisha and sardine. We have cold rolled steel sheets, galvanized steel sheets, roofing sheets, wheelbarrows, headpans, metal boxes and containers. In enamelware, we have the steel drums, steel pipes, wire rods, both deformed and not deformed. We have the iron rods. We have reinforcing bars, wire mesh. We have the steel nails. We have security and razor fencing and poles, wood particles, boards and panels, wood fiber boards and panels, plywood boards and panels, wooden doors, toothpicks. That's quite funny. Glass and glassware, kitchen utensils, tableware, towels, vitrified and ceramic, gas cylinders, woven fabrics, clothes, plastic and rubber products. Also have the polypropylene granules and the cellophane wrappers and bags, soap and cosmetics, tomatoes and tomato pastes, and of course the Eurobond, the foreign currency bond share purchases. All these items actually we are banned sometime in June of 2015 by the previous administration of President Muhammadu Buhari, and currently the ban has actually been lifted by the current CBN boss with a view to revamping the economy. And that's exactly what we discussed this morning, in line with the advice given by the International Monetary Fund, saying that Naira is currently under pressure and Nigeria is free to seek loan from the fund to stabilize the currency if it considers it a good option. I also did tell you that the fund went ahead to support and express optimism over the decision of the Apex Bank on the lifting of the 8-year foreign exchange ban on these 43 items I have mentioned. And I want to thank you all that called in to ventilate on the program, to tell us what you think about it. And for those of you that supported it, I also thank you. Emmanuel and Emeka, thank you very much for your support, because I do believe that the ban, or let's say the lifting of the ban, will go a long way in alleviating the suffering of the masses. Yes, because if the importation resumes, definitely it's definitely going to be a boost, and the market forces will be influenced, because there will be competition. The foreign products would compete with the local products, and Nigerians would have option of going for the one they feel will serve them better in terms of quality, in terms of quantity, and in terms of price too, because all these will be considered in making such purchasing decision. Yes, and we'll see how that can go in strengthening our currency, because as we speak, it's not really a good sign for it. Exchanging for over 1,000 naira. I mean, that sounds quite scary, and you can imagine what that would amount to if it continues unabated. All right, I may not be able to take more calls. Can't take more calls. The calls are still coming in. At this point, we cannot take more calls, and it's a wrap on Morning Discourse this morning. I want to thank those of you that called in to ventilate on the program, and I want to assure you that the program will come up next week, Monday, for you to ventilate. It may not be at the exact time, but definitely next week, Monday. By the same time, we'll see how we can get you this platform again for you to ventilate. But for now, we can take more of your calls, and I am wishing you a very beautiful week ahead. My name is Eustace Okerry. Stay out of trouble, and of course, stay positive always.